Welcome back from that break. Like I told you earlier, we are discussing the dynamic move ahead of 2027 elections, where the likes of former Vice President Atiku Abubakar, ex-Kaduna Governor Nasir El-Rufai, and other high-profile figures have joined a coalition, that's the All Democratic Alliance. A lot of questions arise. Nigerians are asking, is this an anti-Tinubu coalition? Is that sustainable? Is that a good objective to start a coalition? In the studio to discuss all of this is Mr. Suleiman Babachir Lawal, a political analyst, former APC member and member of this new coalition, who will give us an insight into what it's about. Is it more than just we hate Tinubu? Well, we'll get to do all of that. Thank you so much for being part of the show.
Thank you very much. It's lovely to be here.
Oh, it's wonderful to have you as well. So I have so many questions. First of all, I would like to say, why did you get so disillusioned with the APC, and why did you decide to jump into a coalition that's very, at the moment, unstructured? You're not sure where it's going, but you're going with all your chest, like Nigerians would like to say.
Okay, so when we came together in 2013 to form the APC, we had an idea. We had an idea basically for change. You understand? We wanted change. We wanted things to get better. You understand? We came, as you know, the APC is a conglomerate of different political parties. You understand? We came together in 2013 to form the APC because we wanted change. We wanted to give Nigeria something new. You understand? We wanted to give Nigeria a new platform, a new direction, basically. Yes. Now, we started the APC in 2013. We formed the APC in 2013, and Buhari came into power. I came into power with Buhari, as you will know. We tried Buhari first tenure. It was shaky. We decided to give him a second chance in 2019. He didn't do better. It wasn't well. Some of us decided to sit back to give another try. You understand? And then Tinubu came on board. We worked assiduously and very hard for him because we thought, okay, let's give someone else a second chance, an opportunity to see if things will be better. And I'm sure you will know that things haven't been better. Things haven't been better. There's been insecurity has skyrocketed again. The economy has tanked worse than it has been. You understand? Things, I'm sure that personally you will attest to the fact that things have not been good.
Right.
Yes. People are suffering, insecurity everywhere. The president went to Benue. 200 people got killed in Benue, burnt alive in Benue. He went to Benue, left Benue. Before he got to Abuja, there had been killings in the northeast, in Plateau State, in Benue where he left, in Kaduna State. You understand? We cannot continue like that.
Okay.
Yeah, so some of us, to us, it's not about personal ambition. It's not personal. You understand? We, at a point in our lives, we would have to put the people first, as we've always done. You understand? So I thought to myself, we can't continue on this path. We have to look for an alternative where we would try to make things different. I have given the APC 13 years to get things right, and it hasn't happened. Okay,
so let me get something straight, because often when we discuss this, we talk about the ideologies that guide activities of political parties.
Awesome.
Would you say, having checked out the APC for 13 years, like you mentioned, it's an APC ideology thing that has policy trust that are not people-centric, or it's just the persons who have occupied these positions? You mentioned
policy trusts that are not people-centric. Basically, it's an APC thing. I mean, when you try someone, now, politicians and political ideologies are backed by party manifestos. Yes.
Absolutely.
Yes, they are backed by party manifestos. And I have realized that over time, it hasn't been people-centric. It hasn't worked. It's just been selfishness from top to bottom. It's been, what will I gain? What will work out for me? What can I gain from this ideology?
And that it does not reflect in other political parties?
It has, I would say. It has for like the PDP. I would say, for example, this is why I've had opportunities to pitch my tent with the PDP. But personally, I will tell anybody that the ideologies don't work for me, because I will say that
the PDP ideologies do not work for you as well? As
well as the APC. Now, you see the coalition I joined, if I will come in there. Now, the coalition is a conglomerate, like I would say, of politicians. People would argue that these are people that have been in the system.
We will get there. We will get there, because a lot of Nigerians watching you right now are wondering what's different. I mean, we're talking an Erufai, we're talking an Atiku, we're talking, you know, these are individuals whose track record we know. They are politicians who have driven this same political parties that you talk about with ideologies. But my question first of all would be, what would you say, putting together side by side all these political parties, what's the difference in the ideology? I used to say casually that now one mama born them.
Okay, now I would say, now if you look at people like Nasir El-Rufai, the immediate past governor of Kaduna State.
Right.
Now, that is somebody that you would agree with me, if you know him very well, is somebody that will fight the status quo to do what is right. He did it in Kaduna State. You understand?
In spite of the agitation that came afterwards, where a certain group of people, members of his state, citizens of his state, thought they were sidelined.
It's political.
Where it felt like he was being kinder towards a certain religion. It's also political.
It's political. I will say that to anybody.
How about the probe towards his financials during his tenure? Political as well.
He has not been convicted of any crimes.
Probe.
As far as we know up till now, it started when his successor came into government, and as far as we know up till now, there's nothing that has come out of it. It was just basically hearsay. Has he been taken to any court? Has he been picked up by EFCC to stand trial? He's not been tried by any court. He's never been to any court because of that. I would tell anybody it's political.
But you can, if a quick Google search now or a YouTube search would show very divisive comments that he's made that gives that clear sort of stance as to where he is, where certain members of the state are.
I will tell you it's political. Now, let me tell you, I lived a part of my life in Kaduna State.
Okay.
You understand? Yes, I lived in Kaduna State. Now, I will tell you, before El-Rufai came into power, I was in Kaduna. After he became governor, I was in Kaduna. The difference is very clear. The difference is very clear. Now, I will tell you, I was in Kaduna when Yakowa was governor, Ramalan Yero was governor of Kaduna State, and then El-Rufai came in. I will tell you that the difference is very clear. If you visited Kaduna State then and you visit Kaduna State now, you will see the difference.
Okay, so let's get to the core vision and mission of the All Democratic Alliance, because all we've been hearing is an anti-Tinubu coalition, is an anti-Tinubu political party, one that is whose main agenda is to unseat the current political.
First of all, I would like to say something. All Democratic Alliance is not definite. Is not, forget about that. The coalition is still meeting to see the platform they will adopt.
Oh, okay.
Yes. The All Democratic Alliance is just basically hearsay.
Oh, really?
Yes.
So
take that from me. It's just hearsay.
Hold on, because I mean, INEC has also come out to say that there's a registration process going on.
There's a registration of the All Democratic Alliance by whoever, I don't know, but it's not, I will tell you that it's not definite from the alliance.
Oh.
Yes. If the alliance had come forward to put to try to register a political party, they would have given a press conference, trust me. As at today, I will tell you that they are still trying to meet to see how they can come together to see if they will try to adopt a political party or they would form a political party, but that has not been decided on.
Oh, really?
Yes. I would tell
Okay,
you
so
that.
that press statement by INEC is also false.
It's not false, but we don't. I don't know. I don't know who came up with that.
Who has sent
Sponsored
document?
that?
Who has
But I
sent
will tell
document
you.
for the registration
Yes,
of
I
that
will tell you
political
that
party?
it's not. Definitely not from the coalition.
Okay, so I want to know what ideology drives you. Like I said earlier, it is very almost laughable to say an entire coalition, an entire political party's main goal is to unseat a president. Beyond that, after that, what? Because we've seen in this country these instances where it seems like that is the goal. Oh, unseat this person, and after that, we realize that you do not have depth. You do not know where to stand. It's like you're shaky after all.
The coalition is not, definitely not, was not put together to unseat President Tinubu. That is just basic hearsay.
It's not an
It's not an
coalition.
anti-Tinubu. It's not totally an anti-Tinubu coalition. Now, the coalition was formed together by people, of like-minded people that want the best for Nigerians.
Okay, so that's your vision.
Yes, that's
best
our
for
vision.
Nigeria.
The best for Nigeria and for Nigerians. Because we've had it. The killings are too much. The problems are too much. No direction, no way forward. Nobody seems to be doing what they're doing. Everybody just wants to do what works for them. This person gets in there and says, let me do what works for me. How do I enrich myself? It cannot work that way. At the end of the day, like I was telling somebody the other day, I said, I have this ideology. If you are the only rich person in your family, you are not a rich person. Because from your village, they will call you to ask for something. Your neighbor will disturb you for something. At the end of the day, you give out what you have for yourself and your family. I give it out, and at the end of the day, you are back to square one. So the coalition is a conglomerate, like I like to put it, of like-minded people who came together and said, enough is enough.
Right.
Let's abandon the old order and see how we can form a direction for Nigerians. These are people that have been in government, that have had it all, they've experienced it all. So now it's time to see how they can create a direction for Nigerians, especially the youth. To see how they can create a direction for Nigeria and for Nigerians to set Nigeria on the right path. This is basically the ideology of the coalition.
Of the coalition.
Yes.
Now, questions on everybody's mind is that it spans the APC, the PDP, the Labour Party, and other political parties within. So let me give you an idea on the with the ideological differences. I should expect that an APC member joining, a Labour Party member joining, has some ideology that had guided his political journey.
Okay.
So give me an idea into the coherent group. How are they going to marry for this ideology to push forward?
Okay, let me tell you. Now, as politicians, we have our differences.
Oh, absolutely.
Yes, we have our differences. Now, you will find in the PDP, even in the APC, there are people that are tired of the APC's ideology. I would have been seeking a platform. Like personally, I have had it up to here with the APC's ideology, but I hadn't moved because I wasn't convinced of any other platform. You understand? Until the idea of the coalition came up. And then I said, okay, this is a new setup that I can come into and try to drive my own perspective and ideology. And I would tell you, these are people that listen. Because before I joined the coalition, I had series of meetings with various leaders of the coalition.
Right.
Yes. And they, it was obvious that we shared a common goal. How can we forge a common path of greatness for Nigeria, the Nigerian youth, the Nigerian people, the Nigerian women, the Nigerian children, away from the old order? So this was what formed my idea and gave me a resolution to join the coalition. This is I had series of meetings with leaders of the coalition, and then I realized that we had a common ideology. How can we make Nigeria better? We cannot continue on the same path of the old order. Let's come together to give Nigeria something new.
Okay, so let's also take it to the fact that a lot of people are pointing at the ADC as a possible political party? How has the conversation in that regard been?
The leaders of the coalition are still consulting. As of today, nobody knows definitely where we are going to align with. Yes. Now, they are still consulting. Are we going to form a new political party? Are we going to align with the ADC? Are we going to align with any other political party? You understand? But yeah, the process is still ongoing. There's a faction that think that it's too late to form a political party.
Your father recently also mentioned.
Yeah, he has that opinion. But yeah, there's still consultations.
At the moment.
Yeah, there's still consultations.
Right.
There's still consultations on that.
Okay.
Yes.
So, but I mean, if hypothetically speaking, it's not confirmed yet. If you use the ADC, there's also the concern that ADC does not enjoy that grassroots presence. Are you going for a political party that what are the considerations for the political party that you may adopt, or that the coalition may adopt moving forward?
Okay, now the coalition is a setup of politicians, basically grassroots. Now, if we are having people like Rauf Farik-Bishala, Atiku Abubakar, Babachir, Lawal, who else? Nasir El-Rufai. These are people that are grassroots politicians. They can bring that grassroots appeal to the party. These are leaders of the coalition. We still have other grassroots people that you might know or might not know about. So even when we come into any political party, we can always give it that grassroots appeal. That is not even a problem. We can give it, any party we adopt, we'll definitely give it a grassroots appeal. So
with so many high-profile names in the coalition and the present, what would be the process of selection be? Because 2027 is upon us and a lot of engagement, consultations are ongoing, and Nigerians are asking, what's there? People are speculating that the likes of El-Rufai has the presidential ambition. Atiku's ambition is not hidden. And there's the speculation also that the coalition has been trying to woo the likes of Peter Obi. That has not been confirmed. We hear today he's having meetings, and we see photos of him with top leaders of the coalition as well. We're not sure right there. So I'm happy you're here to clear all of that up. Where are we when it comes to 2027? Is there an agenda we don't know about? Is it an El-Rufai agenda? Is it a Peter Obi agenda? Is it an Atiku Abubakar agenda?
At the end of the day, there's going to be a level playing field for everybody.
Level playing field?
Yes. Anybody
with these strong names we are calling.
Definitely, when we formed the APC, there was a level playing ground or level playing field. When we formed the APC, everybody had their political ambitions, but we had our congresses, state congresses, local world congresses, local government congresses, state congresses. Then we had our national convention to pick party escorts. Then we had our convention, party convention, to pick flag bearers.
Right.
People tried to get the party's tickets, but Buhari became victorious. I'm sure that this is what is going to happen in the coalition. Everybody is going to have a level playing field. You go out there and you try your luck. Anybody that gets it will support the person.
Why should Nigerians believe you? We've seen how Atiku runs his primaries during the primaries. We
did it. A lot of us, or most of us.
What's going to make this any different? This coalition, what's going to make it any different?
Because I would say that with time, Nigerians would understand. When the coalition forms into a political party, we would roll out our manifesto and then start to consult with Nigerians.
With an ideology that's different from what we are already used to?
Definitely.
Okay, so let's address...
We sold the APC.
Of course, you sold the APC.
We sold the APC. We can sell whatever political party we come up with.
If you have to, in retrospect, look at what happened with the APC, you are disillusioned at the moment. What would you say pinning, these are the indices that got us to this point, and this is what this coalition would avoid?
Be patient. When we get to that, you would.
I don't know if Nigerians have that patience.
No, they have that patience.
I don't know
let me tell you.
Because we hear the good intentions everyone has. I mean, from the facial look, you can tell. No,
let me tell you the body language of Nigerians. Like in 2013, 2014, 2015, good luck Jonathan lost woefully because Nigerians were tired of that approach.
That approach?
Yes,
okay.
His approach to doing things. Now, I will tell you for free that Nigerians are tired of the APC. Nigerians are tired of it. Nigerians are tired of suffering. They are tired of struggling.
And yet, the APC at the moment seems to be the strongest political party. We're seeing other political parties seem to be crumbling and with different rifts, internal rifts within it all over. We're seeing more endorsements for the APC at the moment. Are you sure Nigerians are tired?
When we formed the APC, nobody believed we could unseat an incumbent PDP, but it happened.
Yeah, but I'm talking about the many endorsements the APC is facing. If anything, if you ask anybody on the street, the APC seems stronger than they have ever been.
Politicians are getting endorsed. Nigerians are not endorsing the PDP. When the APC rather. Now,
are they endorsing any other political party?
Nigerians are not endorsing anybody because they are tired of the old order. This is where we come in. Nigerians are tired of the PDP, they are tired of the APC, the NNPP, whatever political party is out there. Okay. Now, Nigerians are yearning for something fresh. You understand?
And that's where you think the coalition is coming in?
This is where the coalition is coming in. Now, I'm sure you will see from the last election that Nigerians leaned a lot towards the Labour Party. Okay. Nigerians leaned, because you could tell from the last elections that Nigerians were getting fed up. Nigerians were getting fed up. Now, we are trying to bring a conglomerate of the Labour Party, people from the NNPP, the PDP, the APC, you understand, to form. This was what we did with the APC. We had the PDP, we had
of course, the coalition. The APC was indeed a coalition, but my question now is, how is your conversation, the engagement with Peter Obi? Peter Obi's Labour Party doesn't seem to, they have parallel leadership at the moment. So how is the conversation with
that will be, like I mentioned earlier, you should be patient. When the final body is formed, you will get your answers. You understand? Now, the leaders of the coalition are still they are still trying to bring in people to try to bring the structure together. So when the structure is formed, it will be very obvious who is in the coalition and who is not. But I will tell you for free that the coalition is a strong force.
Okay.
Take that to the bank.
So when you hear a lot of people say, like there's this Senator Asonye, I think recently said that's just a gathering of people who lack depth to unseat the likes of Asiwaju Tinubu, who seems to be a tsunami, as he's often referred to. He says it's a coalition of media, a media coalition. That's what it was.
He has a right to his opinion, like I would say. Like I reiterated earlier, now when we formed the PDP, people didn't believe, the APC rather, people did not believe that the APC could take over power. We had the same comments. These are just disgruntled people from different parties. These are people that could not win. Buhari could not win. What are we going to do? Erufai is not a politician. Blah, 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 blah. Babachir cannot win anything in the state. But we made it happen. I would tell anybody, be patient and watch it unravel. They have a right. There are people in government. They have a right to defend their pays. This is what they get paid to do. Right. But time will tell. Like I would tell anybody, time will tell.
Okay. But do you think that you call it a strong force? However, it seems the bulk of the people we hear who are members of this political party, this coalition, are from a certain part of the country, and Nigerians are wondering: is it a northern affair? You are hearing about a certain sect or people from a certain part of the public, because probably their followers or their supporters have been talking. Right. But there are people in the coalition that you do not even know about. Why not? This is the time where you give a nationalistic outlook. When, like I said earlier, when the structure comes together, when it's formed, you will know. So for some individuals, Nigerians who maybe are thinking of being part of this coalition, because just like you, probably the solution, maybe not very tired of the APC at the moment, and say, but I mean, I need to know if I will have a place, a space in this, if I am in, say, the east, for instance, or the south, for instance, isn't this the time? Because the messaging, I have been very concerned as a PR expert and a communication person. I've been very concerned about the messaging that goes out for the coalition, if it is indeed a serious, strong force, like you called it earlier. So the messaging and putting forward faces that make up your coalition, does it not concern you that it's giving a certain
It's not
outlook?
The coalition, like I say, is a conglomerate of Nigerians from across board. We have leaders from the southeast, from the south-south, from the southwest, from the northeast, from the north central, from the north. Across board, we have leaders. Like I would tell anybody, it's still it's still in inception stage.
Right.
So we are still trying to put it together. Now when it comes together now, Nigerians will understand. When we started to form the APC, it was like this. You understand? It wasn't all out there. If you followed, it wasn't all out there. It was when it came together, people saw, oh wow, okay, this is the path they are towing. Oh, it's like this. Okay, I want to join this. Like I was talking to someone today and I told him, I said, I know that when the coalition gets properly formed into a political party, I know that people will defect from the PDP, from the APC, National Assembly, probably state governors. I am confident of that.
Oh, you are?
Yes, because this is
in spite of the many movements we've been saying.
Politics. You will find that even people that have joined the APC from the PDP, from the LP today, this is politics. Before the elections, they will still move.
Okay, so let's get to the lessons learned from the just concluded elections and the campaign season where, like, okay, the Labour Party, for instance, we had the obedience move that seemed to sweep everywhere. Everybody saw the messaging. It was like breath of fresh air. And after that, he did not win elections. What do you think if you get to that point where Nigerians do accept it or seemingly accept it? What mistakes have you spotted from obedience or the Labour Party movement that you think the coalition will address headlong and ensure that it doesn't come to fall?
I don't think, I would say that the Labour Party did not have any misgivings. They didn't have any problems. The only issue I would say the Labour Party had was they didn't start early. Obi came in after he lost the PDP ticket, and then he came in. He had a few months to put things together and see how well he did. If Obi had these 2 years we have for the coalition, he would have been a problem. I will tell anybody any day. He would have been a problem. Obi won states, won a governor, won House of Reps seats without a state governor. He didn't have any state governor backing him. Yes. This is why I am very glad and very happy that the leaders of the coalition are trying very hard to bring him in, because like it or hate it, he has his followers.
Now you are not happy with the APC's ideology, their policies in economy, in security. So what are your flagship policies, or would I call them proposals, that are top of your head to say, you know what, should 2027 be here right now, these are the things that we would push that will make things any different?
The economy.
Because you're mentioning security, for instance, and Nigerians who have followed the security trend in Nigeria already know that it didn't start with the Tinubu administration. The Tinubu administration have even done a bit, and I mean, I've seen more activities than even the past administration in terms of fighting insecurity. We have service chiefs that are on their toes all the time, the president. Unlike the past administration where they weren't changed at all for the 8 years that the Buhari administration was on. So what is that flagship proposal that Nigerians will listen to you and say, oh, okay, maybe they have anything different? Because
okay, now, security, we have to take security. I will tell anybody, if you don't get the economy and security right, you cannot get it right. A hungry person cannot go and hustle. Somebody that is afraid of going to his farm cannot go out to make money. And this will have a ricochet effect on the economy. Now, I will tell anybody, it does not matter if you are building nuclear weapons if you are building airports in the sky, if people cannot get to that airport, it's a problem.
Okay.
If somebody is hungry, the person cannot use that road you are using. I'm sure if you drive tomorrow from 8 a.m. to 4 p.m., you can count how many cars you find on the road. Because Nigerians have abandoned their cars because they cannot afford to buy fuel for their cars. They cannot afford to keep the cars running. There is insecurity. A lot of us are very scared to go to our villages. I'm from Adamawa State. Before you go to the village, you have to calculate and put a lot of factors into perspective. We shouldn't be so. I want to be able to pick up my car keys now and say, I'm going to my village tonight. And I fuel my car and by morning I'm in my village. It used to happen before things went south. Now this is what we want to bring back. Nigerians should be free to go about their daily activities. Somebody should be able to sell pure water and know that, okay, I'm selling pure water, I'm making something from it. I have a restaurant. I can pay my children's school fees from my restaurant. It used to be like that until things went south. It shouldn't be so.
You have mentioned very important issues, one that, I mean, every Nigerian would resonate with. But how are you going? I mean, I read, again, I do not know, because with the messaging, I'm not sure if there's a proper communication unit of this coalition yet. So what we read is we're at the mercy of whatever is out there. I read recently that you haven't started embarking on your mobilization and campaign drive to get young people, to get voters to understand what your plans are.
Yes,
so to that end, it is true.
Yes, it is. We have.
Okay.
We have.
So what are you telling these voters?
Okay, like I said, we are going to try as much as possible. Fresh minds, fresh ideas, to make sure that the security improves drastically, the economy improves drastically. We
remember that the security challenges we face, a lot of it is dynamic. You know, what's happening in the north isn't particularly or what's happening in the south. The kind of security challenges that are happening in the south, some parts of other parts of the country. So is it a straight jacket method you're going to?
It's not a straight jacket. Like I would tell anybody, this government knows what to do.
They do.
They definitely know what to do.
So if the coalition knows the best way this government can solve the many challenges we face, why don't you engage the government instead?
A government in power is not going to listen to an opposition.
Have you tried?
Because there's trust issues.
I mean, you were of the APC. What engagement did you have that gave you this confidence that let's let these people go and get something completely new?
We did a lot of consultations. I spoke to people. I talked about, I gave ideas, I gave opinions, I gave ideas, but nobody listened. I gave opinions to people, I gave ideas in various sectors, nobody listened. And I just thought, oh well, they want to do their thing. Let me seek a platform where I think or I know that people I will be listened to. Yes.
Is this going to be a temporary?
Oh,
because
no,
a lot of
no.
Nigerians are wondering.
Oh no. The APC is not temporary. Now, when I tell you, I would tell you, when people like Atiku Abubakar, the former vice president, people like Nasir El-Rufai, people like Babachir, David Lawal, I would tell you, now when people like this start off something, you can take it to the bank that they have strong conviction. These are not people that jump into things. This is why you will find that they have followed a certain path for a long time. Their convictions about something, about things they followed for a long time. There are people in the coalition that will tell you that this was something that gave me hope and gave me the zeal to want to join the coalition, because I know that people like Nasir El-Rufai, these are people with very strong convictions. People like Nasir El-Rufai, the former governor of Kaduna State, people like Babachir, David Lawal, the former secretary to the government of the federation, people like Atiku Abubakar, people like Rauf Aregbesola. These are people that have very strong convictions. These people, their convictions drove the APC. Yes, these were people that were key members in forming the APC, and their convictions in various aspects of the formation of the APC, the party, and the policy, party policy, government policy of the APC. These were people that their convictions, their strong drive. But at the end of the day, I think at a point in time, the government of the day stopped listening to them.
So should this government start listening? And the President Tinubu has been announcing, oh, it's a teething period, it's a pregnancy period, we're going to start reaping the good fruits of all the preparations and activities he's been doing. Should we say there's a turnaround tomorrow and we see less security challenges and we see the economic boom, for instance? Would the coalition dissolve based on that? Because your biggest problem is, like we established earlier, the fact that this political party does not seem to have people-centric policies.
Okay, now let me tell you, when you read the body language, you understand that there's no plan.
Hypothetically speaking, should things just get automatically better if you have good intentions?
Yes.
The coalition is all for good intentions. And should everything get better? And indeed, let's say the president's policies have been, he's been right all along. Things have gotten better. Economic boom, security challenges gone.
We have better ideologies, like I'll put it.
But would it dissolve? Because now
nothing is going to dissolve.
Because now Nigerians are smiling.
No,
no longer security challenges.
No. We are not dissolving. Okay. We would offer Nigerians better.
Oh, even better than whatever they may be. Yes. But let's get to electoral reforms. The past, we really are running out of time, so maybe in a sentence or two. The past general elections exposed several flaws in our electoral processes. What would you say the electoral reforms you want to see? What would it be as a non-negotiable for the ADA?
Let the votes of the people count.
Okay.
Yes, basically. Let the votes of the people count.
Thank you so much, Suleiman, Babachir, Lawal. Thank you so much for being part of the show. I've had a wonderful time having an insight into ADA.
Good to be here.
But this is where we close today's show. It's been wonderful getting into what the ADA is about, this new coalition, and understanding better what their vision and plans are for the future. Until next time when we come your way, I'm still Joy Asonye. Have a restful evening.